Well, good morning, everyone. This is Chair French, and I'm convening the regularly scheduled KCC business meeting for this Thursday, September 23rd, joined by my colleagues, Commissioner Dwight Keene and Commissioner Susan Duffy. Good morning, everyone. On today's agenda, we do have 31 consent agenda items, one noticed order, and we have a recognition of the retirement of Ms. Karen Ritter. So we will get started with our agenda. Starting with the consent agenda and the 31 items thereon. For those items, commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review. Do you have any questions or comments about those items? And I will begin with Commissioner Keene.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair. I have no comments, no questions. I intend to vote for the entire consent agenda, with the exception of, and you might help me here if you could, but that I don't have the full list before me. It's either item number 3 or number 4. It involves Keto Inc. In that particular order, I intend to recuse. Mr. Chair, you're on mute.
Sorry, I believe it is item number 3, but we will make sure we note that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Duffy.
Good morning, Chair French. I have no questions or comments, and I would move approval of the consent agenda, noting Commissioner Keene's recusal on item number 3.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, noting Commissioner Keene's recusal in the keto matter. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. The consent agenda is approved. We now move to our noticed item. This is in docket number 21, GIMT 354 GIT, and it is a proposed order directing staff to submit letters to the FCC and the USAC and penalties for late filings. Our presenter for this item is Mr. Michael Neely. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. By October 1st of every year, the FCC requires states to certify that the telecom companies in their state receiving federal subsidy dollars are using those funds as intended. If the states don't make a certification, the carriers will receive reduced federal funding. The immediate docket was open to review the amount of money the companies received and how much they expended on the services those federal funds were intended to support. It was also open to review KUSF support at the same time to determine if the commission should consider any audits of the carriers receiving state support. The order before you explains that all affected companies filed their information and that based on staff's internal analysis, it would certify all of the companies to the FCC and not recommend any KUSF audits at this time. However, staff did note that because some of the federal programs go to support broadband and voice, it will be reviewing allocations of those revenues in the future, due to the fact that the KUSF statutorily only supports voice services. Staff also recommended penalties for 4 different companies that are noted in the order due to filing some of the data late. Staff's report and recommendation is attached to the order and contains specific details about each company that was reviewed. The order adopts staff's report, and with that, I would recommend approval of the order and stand for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Neely. Let me ask at this time whether any commissioners have questions about the order or for Mr. Neely, starting with Commissioner Keene.
None for me, thank you.
Commissioner Duffy.
I have no questions, just a comment. I appreciate the tedious nature of the audits that are performed on the companies that serve Kansas, and I appreciate staff's diligence to get these completed and on time. With that, I move adoption of the order.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the described order in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. The order is approved. Thank you, Mr. Neely.
Thank you.
We now move to our last noticed matter, and this is a recognition of Ms. Karen Ritter for her time with the KCC and with the state and her retirement. And Karen, I'm going to just quickly run through your background here, and then I have another item to address. But my history shows that you were hired back in May of 2007 as a geology associate, and quickly were promoted to an environmental scientist the next year. And then in 2015, you were promoted to geology specialist. And now you are leaving us. But one thing I don't know if you have received this yet, but I have in my possession a letter from the governor to you. And if you haven't received it yet, I'm sure it is coming your way, but I do want to read that letter.
Okay.
And the letter reads, "Dear Karen, it is certainly a privilege to express my appreciation for your over 14 years of service to the residents of our great state. Your long career is evidence of your dedication and desire to fulfill the obligations and responsibilities of a state employee, and I commend you for a job well done. Government service is a noble calling that often goes unacknowledged by the public it serves. Therefore, I thank you on behalf of the state of Kansas and the people of Kansas. Best wishes to you for a long and happy retirement. Sincerely, Laura Kelly, Governor." I don't know that I can say it any better than how our governor has said it, but we do congratulate you and thank you for your service at this time. And now I'll turn to the other two
Thank you.
commissioners to see what comments they may want to offer, and then we'll turn to Renee to see if he has any comments. But let me first turn to Commissioner Keen.
Thank you, Chair French. Good morning, Karen.
Hi.
In my capacity as kind of the roving commissioner between the Wichita and the Topeka offices, on the Wichita end of it, it's been my pleasure to come to work with you since I've been inside the commission. Your service to the state is exemplary, and I certainly thank you for that. I wish you the very best in the future, and hope that all good things come your way.
Thanks. It was always good to see you rounding the corner there, right by my office when we were in the office.
Yeah, back in those times.
Back in the day.
Commissioner Duffy.
Good morning, Karen. I was really surprised when I received the notice that you were retiring because you're a young thing. So congratulations to you. I remember when we did bring you on and we were in a meeting and it was actually way back when it was a luncheon, and all the old folks were there that are gone. And you just said, it's geology is what I do. And I thought, well, okay, she really likes what she does. So I know you've been an integral process in the work that we perform, and I wish you the best. And I hope you enjoy your life after the KCC, but thank you for your contributions. It's really been important that we've had you on staff.
Well, this is a big milestone, retirement, one of life's milestones, but I have enjoyed my time at the KCC and been grateful for the career that I've been able to have there. It just seemed like a right time to retire and still have some time to, do some things. So
Good for you.
Yeah. Well, let's turn to Renee briefly. Renee, if you have any brief comments you'd like to share with Karen in front of everybody, just go for it.
Okay. Well, I'll agree with Commissioner Duffy. I was a bit surprised when Karen told me she was going to retire, although she had kind of hinted about it, but I guess means how I've threatened for years. I didn't take her serious either.
You're right.
So,
And this, right?
it did come as a surprise. It was both saddening but exciting for Karen because she's got a couple of daughters that have kind of scattered countrywide, and I know she misses them dearly and she enjoys visiting with them. One thing I did want to mention, which I'm not sure the commission is aware of, all the things that Karen has done in our department, or the combination of our department. I mean, Karen has been responsible for the ACO ones, which is well completions. And also has done the new pools for quite a few years, but she is, I guess you'd call her a Jane of all trades. She has helped out both in UIC and in production, although, I mean, in theory, she's in the production department. She's also worked as a fill-in when Rick was gone doing intense and stuff. When UIC got a bunch of applications and we were kind of down, Karen worked UIC applications. So really out of our two departments, there isn't really anything Karen has not done. So needless to say, she's going to be dearly missed. And she's been a joy to work with. We've had some good conversations, both work and even non-work. We do philosophy and stuff every now
And
and then.
history.
And history, yeah, definitely history. So Karen, you know, out of anybody retiring, I'm probably the most excited for you because I know you're going to really, really enjoy it. I think the pandemic actually probably kind of showed you what it'd be like. And I think, I mean, obviously not that you can't get out, but
Yeah.
I think it kind of gave you a feeling of being away from work and maybe being a little closer to your daughters as they're scattered around. So I kind of blame the pandemic on a lot of things, but I blame it on losing you. But by the same token, like I say, I'm very saddened to see you go, but I'm very excited for you, and I wish you the best. And please don't be a stranger.
Thanks, Renee. I've enjoyed working for you, and I won't be a stranger. Travel is not going to be something I'm going to be doing anytime soon, so it'll still be Zoom with my daughter. But I have to say I've had a lot of chances to do some interesting things, had memorable experiences, and worked with some really good people. And so, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
this is your opportunity. Any last parting shots at Renee, you know, or philosophical conversations. But let me just say one final time, we do congratulate you, and the recognition is very well deserved. I did not know everything Renee brought up there, and so I do know you will be dearly missed. And as with a lot of folks, not easy to replace, but we will do our best. But you deserve this.
Thank you.
So congratulations. And like I said, the recognition is well deserved.
Renee left out a couple of things I've done in the past. I mean, I've been all over the place.
I didn't bring up the district geologist and that stuff. I was just referring to all the stuff you've done.
I know, for you. And then gas storage too. I was in gas storage for a while.
Yeah,
So I was like
exactly.
production and gas storage, then Dodge, then back to production again. And yeah.
We may
My
have
hat
to
just
have
spins
Renee get us an
around.
updated list. Do another recognition.
But actually,
Really?
that's what I liked about it, was getting to do a lot of different things. So
Well, very good. Well, thank you and congratulations. And
Thank
we
you.
do wish you all the best.
thanks.
All
Good luck
right.
to you.
We have now reached the conclusion of our noticed agenda for today's meeting. If there are no further items to come before us today, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to adjourn the business meeting. Those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Take care. Good to see you, Renee.
Take care. Same here, Renee.
Good seeing you folks.